Welcome back to the weekly news roundup. This is the privacy edition. These are recorded live Fridays 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to come on by, that'd be fun. And today we're going to be talking about a variety of privacy news items. Number one is with all of these peaceful protests going on, burning down cities, Bridgefy has been used to get around law enforcement. Oftentimes this is used mostly, not as much I don't think here as in some other countries where they're like, their idea of shutting down riots and protesters is let's just kill the internet. Doesn't happen here in the United States quite as much, but it does happen in a lot of other places. And so using Bridgefy, which is basically a Bluetooth and other sensor-enabled mesh network. The problem is that there is a research article that came out looking at these mesh networks, and it turns out that Bridgefy itself is a privacy nightmare. Literally anybody can see anything of anybody on the system in anywhere in the mesh. That's about what it boils down to. So if you want to go down and be a peaceful protester throwing Molotov cocktails and causing looting and rioting in the streets, Bridgefy is not necessarily the best option for you. Just keep that in mind. It's kind of a little update. We've mentioned that in the past. All right, so another update here. This is fun to get around that little ad that's blocked in my system. This is actually information is coming out of, I want to say it's the DoubleClick ad, or the DoubleClick ad lawsuit in Arizona is where I think this is at. And they basically, Google sent a whole lot of redacted documents, and the court's like, dude, you're not the CIA. Give us unredacted stuff. And they get on unredacted stuff, and it turns out that even Google's engineers are confused by Google's privacy settings. That is right, folks. Google engineers are concerned, or confused rather, about Google's privacy settings. Primarily, they're looking at the location data. That's what this boils down to. You turn off location data, and you assume that that turns off location data. Well, it turns out that there's multiple places where there's location data, and the engineers don't even know where all of those are. You know, it's kind of like calling PayPal. Hey, PayPal, why'd you close my account? Well, you know, I don't know. We think we deleted it. We just can't tell you. Well, how do I know what I did wrong? Well, I don't know. Well, thank you. You're very useless. But anyway, that is a fun little update to this. You can actually go through and read the entire information. This was there's been a lawsuit going on for a little bit. I think this started in 2018, but yeah, once it was unredacted because the CIA left the building, then it turned out actually that even the Google engineers don't even know how to manage privacy at Google. Very exciting. All right. Of course, we know this is from Alternative 2. Excellent place to find FOSS alternatives to the applications that you use. But it turns out that Apple's super duper safe, a safe way to have the App Store. It's why it's like this. Well, it turns out that 1,200 iOS apps have had major privacy concerns by utilizing a system that fed a lot of data into a whole series of Chinese analytics. And so basically this goes through and identifies several of these apps. And some of them were Asphalt, Helix Jump, PixArt, Talking Tom. I can't talk anymore, guys. I'm just going to have to do the rest of this as a mute. All right, you guys just won't get anything out of it if I do the whole thing muted. So I'll go ahead and be Talking Tom, and that just means I'm collecting data and sending it to a Chinese spyware firm. So it turns out that there are a whole lot of apps in the super secure Apple App Store that are actually sending data back to China. So very exciting. Got to be careful of that. Make sure that your apps are well vetted. If you're looking at some of these apps like Subway Surfers, Talking Tom, and don't trust anybody named Talking Tom. That's crazy. PixArt, Helix Jump, Asphalt, whatever. I mean, what are these apps anyway? Like, do people randomly go around and just download random app crap on your devices? That to me is a little bit odd, and I'm really curious, do people actually do that? All right, before we finish the rest of these articles here in the privacy section, if you need a VPN, consider looking at ExpressVPN. This is right now considered the #1 VPN at the time I'm recording this video. And they don't keep logs. They have a very high reputation. They work very well. They have connections all across the world. And utilizing my affiliate link there, tlm.li/EV, you can get ExpressVPN. You can get it. It's pretty cheap. They always keep on changing the prices on me. I always have to click the button. So it looks like for $100, you can get a whole year of access. Pretty good price on that. And so you can go ahead and use that, and that will actually help support the channel. All right. Now, on to our next one. PlayStation 5 has been awarded a new patent. And this new patent here, it's trying to identify who you are based on how you use and hold the controller. I know this is a little bit different. I have an old Xbox 360 I'll play some games with a friend, and I have one controller that doesn't seem to work right. I can manage to use the controller and it doesn't actually shut off on me all the time. My friend uses it and it shuts off all the time. So apparently we do handle the controllers in different ways. What Sony's trying to figure out is who based on this, and they want to link your behavior and how you use the controller to your account, and allegedly this is going to be for better account security. What, I can't turn on my account and then give it to my friend in the room and have him use it? Guys, this is creepy. This is very creepy. This is the type of privacy stuff we're talking about. Some people think that privacy is all about they think it's all about, there is no privacy, you're on the internet. No, privacy is not a static point in time. Privacy is an ongoing and a rolling thing. I actually covered an entire privacy series illustrating this point. But this is one of these things PlayStation is trying to do. They're trying to figure out who you are based on how you use the controller. So I guess, presumably, if you unlock your account and give the controller to your little brother or something, then you might get flagged as being illegally using the account or using it wrong. And it's like, what are you guys talking about? But that's kind of creepy. So bravo, Sony. You might have the creepiest patent I've seen in a long time. In fact, this might be the creepiest patent I saw since Yahoo had the patents for the billboards that function very much like the billboards do in Minority Report. So keep that in mind. That's definitely is interesting. All right, now we have two stories that are very related. We have a couple of different items. So Fitbit has 3 new trackers that eventually want to de-stress you and diagnose you with a potential aim to screen for COVID-19. Now, this is an interesting point. We are going to be doing the dystopian COVID news at the end of this, but I want to make this point, not the end of the privacy section, the whole end of the whole news section. So if you're watching the video clip later, you'll have to go and find the COVID one. Apparently, I just reached my steps goal for the day. If this COVID thing is just some temporary thing, or yay, we just got to get through the pandemic part of it, which we'll cover that later, then why are all of these smart devices building the functionality into the applications themselves? That is an interesting question you can ask yourself. So Fitbit aims to improve daily health and hopes to soon screen you for COVID-19. And then presumably go and report that data up so the Gestapo will come and lock you up in a health quarantine center, because, that is starting to happen all around the world right now. Got to be careful of that. And this guy here is getting a little creepy. So more sensors, and let's see. All accounts appears Fitbit's new flagship is the most feature-rich of the 3. Let's see, EKG function. I gotta remember. Okay, perhaps most insightful is the daily stress management score. It uses data from the sensors and temperature sensor. The 3 are exclusive to the Sense in Fitbit's lineup, along with your heart rate variability, blood oxygen levels, and about 7 other metrics to form a daily health grade. Its numbers from 0 to 100, higher is better, meant to lend insight into how your sleep and physical activity, or lack thereof, are impacting your health. Type of daily health score isn't wholly new to the field, but it's something you won't find on an Apple Watch or a Samsung Galaxy Watch. Well, that's exciting. Let's see if, let me get the brief summary of what these sensors are doing. Let's see. They focus on tracking metrics become to expect from Fitbit, blah, blah, blah. Okay. The Sense retails at $330, offers sensors for ECG to be actively pending FDA clearance, skin temperature, and electrodermal activity for qualifying stress. Okay, I will remind you about something. Google is looking to buy Fitbit, and as we will see, I think it is I think it's our next news section. Google is now moving into the health market, the health insurance market. Was it not me who said about 3 years ago when I first started this channel on one of my tinfoil hat times that when Fitbit has enough health data, its exit strategy is to sell to a company and that company will be an insurance company. So Fitbit now has collected a huge amount of data. They are selling themselves to Google, who has already been working on a health application, and now Google is working on a health insurance application. Maybe I acted a little bit prophetic. Very interesting to keep in mind. You can go back and find, I think I remember which video that is. I'll go ahead and post it. It's an old, probably a little bit cringy because I was just starting streaming and recording at that point in time, but nevertheless, I made some very good points. Now, this is a very creepy smart tech, but anytime somebody comes out with something creepy, Amazon's like, I can double down on that. And so Amazon debuts Halo Smart Health subscription service and the Halo Band wearable activity tracker. So this guy here, it's called Halo. And by the way, there's a series of voice sensors on this thing. No, it doesn't have Alexa calling in to order unicorn meat. Hey, Alexa, order unicorn meat, confirm. It doesn't have that necessarily yet, but, all right, they are doing some interesting things. Amazon employs deep neural network-based processing of your uploaded photos. Oh, by the way, you can snap a photo of yourself, presumably like in your skimmies or something, and it will do some neural network on your photo to determine where you have fat hot spots and give you a 3D model of your body. You can then use a slider to adjust your body fat percentage up or down to see what type of impact is going to gain or losing body fat would actually have on your physique. Yeah, I think this is just getting creepier as we go. So can you imagine, okay, guys, go into your bedroom, strip off all your clothes, and take pictures. This is like the creepiest thing since Facebook started asking for your own penal pics so they can determine to make sure that you weren't being exploited in what would they call that? Sextortion scams. And then, of course, that was probably right about the time that Facebook doubled down on their stock in Kleenex, as they had the guys in the back room all alone with stacks and stacks of Kleenexes analyzing those photos every day. How'd that be an interesting job at Facebook? All right, so anyway, don't worry, guys. This Amazon ban just keeps getting creepier. Don't worry. If you thought it was bad enough to take photos of yourself in your skinnies to send to Amazon to do neural network analysis of your body fat based on the pictures that you're uploading, your near naked pictures uploading to Amazon, great. Let's see. So the device itself has an accelerometer, heart rate meter, 2 microphones, and a water assistant. The built-in battery can last up to a full week on 90-minute charge, and it's compatible with a range of different band accessories. So another unique factor is that it's going on top of the activity, sleep, and body fat percentage, what they call the tone application. This is where microphones on board in the Halo Band that monitors your voice and applies machine learning to determine factors including energy and positivity. Was this thing getting a shot call? Wake up me. Amazon says this will allow them to provide unique insights like whether a difficult work call leads or less productivity in communication with customer or customer's family. Let me read that sentence again. I think I got some of the accent wrong there. Amazon says this will allow them to provide unique insights like whether, quote, a difficult work call leads to less positivity in communication with a customer's family, for instance. So you get a work call, it's stressful, and Amazon will be like, hey, this guy here, now he's not speaking favorably to his family. I'm sorry. This is like 1984 level stuff. Is Bezos himself coming in and busting down your door with the thought police? I'm curious. The blatant, obvious concern is that Amazon Halo seeks unprecedented access to a person's personal data, you think? In order to derive its insights, Amazon is looking to collect information about time, length, quality of your sleep, biometric data, including your heart rate, body temperature, information about whether you exercise and where you exercise. That's exciting. Don't get caught exercising at the campaign headquarters in New Jersey. And even highly accurate and detailed info about your body's physical makeup, not to mention how your voice sounds and what might indicate your mental state. All right, guys. Engagement challenge. Which one's creepier, Amazon or Fitbit right now? Let me know what you guys think. You can help support the channel a variety of different ways. Have a look at switchedtolinux.com/support. We just added Subscribestar. I am looking at adding some cryptocurrency stuff. We are still on Patreon, and Think Life Media is back up on Stripe. So if you are a supporter on Think Life Media or would like to be, head on over to thinklifemedia.com. You will need to re-up your subscription on Stripe. If you need to know when your current one is about to expire, let me know. I'll get you that information. So have a look at those means over there, and I will have everything on updated on the support page as soon as I can. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope that you enjoy switching to Linux. Thank you for watching this video from Switched to Linux. This channel would not be possible without the backing of the program supporters scrolling on the screen now. You can be a supporter at Patreon at patreon.com/TOMM or at thinklifemedia.com. I also want to thank the open source community who creates such excellent software that makes producing this show possible. Please remember to support your software communities. Thank you, and I hope that you enjoy switching to Linux.